Hey, it's the Empire. Don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon for more videos. Be taking over. Let's go, champ. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button right now. Let's go. Hey, it's the Empire, Geoboxing Empire, back to boxing. Now, man, this is a prediction video for Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder, man. And I'm break it down for you guys. Now, in boxing, Deontay Wilder, very raw, very unpredictable, very emotional, even in the ring. Very emotional, even in the ring. Usually that gets fighters to make mistakes, and it ruins their ability to make smart decisions in the ring. Unfortunately, Deontay Wilder has something called power, and when he gets emotional in the ring, it seems like he hits even harder. When he gets emotional, he hits even harder. So the thing is, this fight is gonna be it's gonna be it's gonna be a crazy fight, man. I think this fight is gonna live up to all the hype. The press conferences have been crazy, man, and there's a lot of trash talking from both sides. Both these fighters are very proud of who they are and their backgrounds and their history as fighters, and as Tyson Fury being Irish and Deontay Wilder being African American. Now, let's break down styles, man. Tyson Fury is a phenomenal fighter, and I watched a couple videos about of other people breaking this fight down, and it was probably Manaji actually. He actually made a really good point in one of the fight breakdowns. He said, before Tyson Fury fought Vladimir Klitschko, what fight in Tyson Fury's career would leave you to believe that Tyson Fury cannot box Klitschko the way he did? And he has a really good point by saying that. When you look at Tyson Fury's performances, they never look convincing enough to beat the best of the best, but he's just that good. He's just that good. So we're gonna see Tyson Fury at a level that he really competes to the level he's fighting at, and this fight he can really shine in this fight. He's really good now outside. Tyson Fury is he can get inside and fight you in the inside as well, and Tyson Fury, the only thing that people might be afraid of is Tyson Fury getting hit with the power of Deontay Wilder, because everyone always mentions Tyson Fury versus Steve Cunningham and him getting dropped to the right hand. So Cunningham was not known for power. He was never known for power. So and that's a cruiserweight. You're fighting a full-fledged heavyweight in Deontay Wilder, and there's a lot of people speculating about that. But the fact of the matter is, man, there's 12 rounds, and that's a long time to get outboxed. Will Deontay Wilder land that straight right? Who knows? But is that a smart idea to rely on only one hand to win the whole fight? Maybe not. Maybe not. So Tyson Fury basically already has the fundamentals to box Wilder on the outside and on the inside, and he has pretty good boxing ability because he took Vladimir Klitschko straight right away from him completely, and we all seen Klitschko drop Anthony Joshua with that straight right. So that being said, if he can take Klitschko straight right away, could he take Wilder's away? That's up for debate. Now let's talk about Wilder's style. Wilder, man, he's actually really fundamentally sound when he wants to be. He just gets really emotional in the ring, and when he has you hurt, he gets wild and tries to knock you out. Now Wilder has like a lot of unorthodox punching, so it seems as though it's sloppy, but it's not. In boxing, people gotta understand that there's a difference between a power punch, a regular punch, and then like a slapping punch. Sometimes Wilder tries to turn you and he'll like throw like a slapping left hook or whatever, and some of that stuff looks wild, or it doesn't look like it has any power on it. But there's varying degrees of power when you're throwing your punch. All punches don't look the same because they're not intended to do the same thing. So Wilder has a lot of variation in his punching. He's not always throwing power punches. You know what I mean? If you watch Bermain Stavern 2, Wilder was throwing that jab, and that was basically a rangefinder. He was throwing it and keeping Bermain Stavern at a certain distance so he can then set up the straight right. But those weren't jabs to knock out Stavern. Those are jabs to keep him at distance so he'll have him right where he wants them so he can set up that straight right. So the fact of the matter is that Deontay Wilder has a lot of varying punches that that sets you up for whatever he's trying to set you up for. Most likely the right hand. So the thing is, Deontay Wilder is actually really savvy fighter, and he hits so hard. You really don't see him do too much. The problem with Wilder, I think, sometimes is, yeah, he hits hard, but I think he falls in love with his power. If you ever seen Wilder throw a combination, that would be like a miracle. At least a combination that looks, coordinated. You would never see him throw a combination because he hits so hard. He's knocking you out one punch for the most part. If he hits you with a straight right, you really don't see too much combinations from him. And I think he should probably do that a little bit more often, instead of just trying to land as one bomb, because you don't want to fall in love with your power. Because if you're trying to knock a guy out the whole 36 minutes with the same punch, eventually, if that doesn't happen, you might take that L. And that's what everyone's saying, that Deontay Wilder is going to do one thing, and that Tyson Fury can neutralize it. And it could be done, man, because I've seen Joseph Parker basically take Anthony Joshua straight right away, and that was his first fight he went to decision with. So that being said, man, Deontay Wilder it's a high probability that he might not be able to knock out Tyson Fury, because Tyson Fury, he's not only bigger than Deontay Wilder, he's longer than Deontay Wilder, and he has a longer reach than Deontay Wilder, and he actually has some pretty good athleticism, really good athleticism. I remember Lucas Brown, before he fought Dillian White, Lucas Brown was fighting Tyson Fury, and that's when Tyson Fury hasn't even came back yet. Maybe he had one fight comeback, and he was just getting outboxed bad. Lucas Brown talked about how, Tyson Fury is just awkward, and he couldn't really touch him. He couldn't do anything to him. He said he couldn't do anything to him. Couldn't land a punch or anything. He said he moved too much. He was too awkward, and you could see it in his face. He was very just puzzled, by Tyson Fury. The way he described Fury was, you wouldn't even think it's boxing the way he described it. It looked like he's seen a horror movie, But Deontay Wilder is a good fighter, man, and like I said earlier, he just needs to box more, instead of just trying to land the right hand. And I think the knockout will come if he boxes. When he knocked out Luis Ortiz, the punch, it was one punch where Deontay Wilder was actually going backwards, and then he landed the straight right and going backwards. It was crazy. Luis Ortiz threw a straight left, Deontay Wilder threw a straight right, and then he wobbled Ortiz, and that was moving backwards. That was him just boxing. I think Deontay Wilder needs to do that more as well. And so there's a lot of things that can contribute to this fight. I think if Deontay Wilder tries to hunt Tyson Fury, that's a bad idea. I think it should be, he should play the hunter and then hunted and moments of the fight as need be, So this fight's going to be a really good fight, man. My opinion is, I think Tyson Fury is a phenomenal fighter. Unfortunately for Tyson Fury, I think, contrary to popular belief, I think he's an athletic fighter, in my opinion, and I think he really needs his athleticism to shine all the way, because he can do things that you need to be athletic to maintain that for 12 rounds. And I think Tyson Fury, while he's better than Deontay Wilder at this point in his career, this is a fat camp and not a training camp, in my opinion. I think he's training his boxing ability, but he's still losing weight at the same time. And, if Tyson Fury came in shape already, I think he would have a lot better chance to win his fight. But he's still losing pounds as his fight is progressing. Therefore, I'm not too sure how much he's training his boxing. That being said, I think if Tyson Fury had a couple more fights, he can win this fight, but he's not going to have that luxury, and he's fighting him right now. And, I just don't see Tyson Fury holding Deontay Wilder off until 12th round. I think Deontay Wilder is going to stop him, man. Deontay Wilder has just too much power. He's too unorthodox, and he gets emotional. And Tyson Fury getting hurt, I've seen him hurt, and all the time I've seen him hurt in his career, he doesn't react too well. When he got hurt by Klitschko, he didn't really act too well. And when he got knocked out by Cunningham, he was there, but he wasn't there against a power puncher or a killer. Like, Cunningham didn't really know what to do, or he's just too small. He was a cruiserweight fighting a heavyweight. And, Tyson Fury, don't get it messed up, he's the biggest heavyweight at heavyweight right now. This is a reality. Tyson Fury is the biggest heavyweight in the heavyweight division. That used to be a champion. He's bigger than Anthony Joshua. He's bigger than Deontay Wilder. And I don't mean muscle wise. I mean just physically. He's physically bigger than both those fighters. So he's the biggest heavyweight in heavyweight fighting a fucking cruiserweight. And like I said earlier, he's not gonna be able to go 12 rounds with Deontay Wilder. There's too much power, and I think Tyson Fury is gonna outbox him when Deontay Wilder doesn't hurt him. And I think it can go like stretches of Tyson Fury just winning rounds, but in the end, when Tyson Fury gets hurt, he's not gonna be able to withstand the power of Deontay Wilder. Not in my opinion. No, he's never been hit that hard, you know. And Deontay Wilder, the thing about him is basically every fight that's competitive against Deontay Wilder, there's stretches of that fight like against Gerald Washington or Arthur Spilka where Deontay Wilder's being outboxed, or Luis Ortiz. He's been outboxed before, but he always finds a way to make things work, you know. So he's going to be used to seeing being outboxed. He's used to that already. You know, he's already seen that. Yes, it's going to be at a higher level. The guy's going to be bigger, stronger, and, you know, more, you know, savvy and things like that. But he's already been outboxed before. He's not going to see something he hasn't seen before. You know, unless Tyson Fury tries to stop him, that might change something. But I think he's going to try to outbox Deontay Wilder. That's a smart thing to do. And, you know, Tyson Fury hasn't fought a power puncher like Deontay Wilder. I don't think anyone has fought a power puncher like Deontay Wilder until he actually fought Deontay Wilder. His power is different, you know. You got people like Holyfield coming out and saying that even in his day, you know, there's no one like Deontay Wilder. He hits too hard, you know. He hits too hard. He's just different. And, you know, you got Holyfield fought everyone. You know, he fought Mike Tyson. He fought everyone. You know, I don't need to go to this list. You guys can look at it yourself. But, you know, I just see Deontay Wilder having too much power, and he's going to overwhelm Tyson Fury in the end. Because, you know, Deontay Wilder, things that makes him so dangerous is, like I said earlier, is he almost got knocked out by Luis Ortiz. And instead of fighting defensively, he got more aggressive, and he actually ended up stopping Luis Ortiz. So hurting him won't even do anything. He's not going to be, you know, scared by you hurting him. He was recover and come back again. So it's gonna be a really good fight, man. I think there's times in the fight where Tyson Fury is gonna outbox him, but I think that's gonna come to an end because it's gonna take a lot of energy to keep a person like Wilder off you for long periods of time. So let me know how you guys feel about it. I got Wilder by KO. Let me know how you guys feel about it. Like, comment, subscribe. This is the Empire. Geobasic Empire. Peace. Geobasic Empire. Peace.